My name is Ronaldo Jr. I'm from Brazil. I train at Atos Jiu-Jitsu here in San Diego.
My name is Craig Jones. I train with Garcia Academy, specifically the Danaher Death Squad.
My style is kind of aggressive. I think it's going to be a very exciting match for the people who love Jiu-Jitsu.
Typically, a lot of people will watch me compete to see the finishes, and in regards to those finishes, mostly heel hooks.
Now is my time. I'm excited.
For sure, it's going to be exciting.
All right, everybody, welcome to the official Who's Number One press conference here at the Flow Sports HQ in Austin, Texas. I'm sitting here with two of the athletes on the card, but we have a big card going on tomorrow night, Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to have 2 matches free on Facebook. This first one is one of them. Then we're going to have 5 matches that are only available on the site. You're going to make sure you want to tune in for that. But first up, we have our first match of the night. It's going to be Jacob Couch, the Hillbilly Hammer, versus Elder Cruz, El Monstro. So, Couch, why don't you tell first off how this match came to be? How did this come to fruition that you guys are going to fight on Who's Number One?
Me and Elder actually competed at American Nationals no-gi against each other, and he had got the W via ref's decision over me. So, being the competitor that I am, I just came back hungry and was seeking the match, and Who's Number One got it set up.
What do you think when we reached out to you and told you Couch wanted a match with you on Who's Number One?
That he was having nightmares of me. You know what I mean? That he's probably like, Coach, I'm the next up and coming, you know what I mean? You better get that fight. I need, the heel hooks to be implied and all those, but, it's an exciting fight. It's what the fans want to see. Jacob's popular, you know what I mean?
That's true, Couch. You're having nightmares?
No, not too many. The only thing scary about El Monstro is that he thinks he can beat me. So that's all I'm worried about, is how delusional the man is.
So, he brought up the heel hooks. Do you think that he beat you in IBJJF rules before? Do you think that this rule set changes things?
I don't think it really matters what rule set. He's a great athlete, tough competitor. I think the heel hooks definitely play a factor, though. That's I've always had a knack for the lower body submissions, so I think it plays a big factor, but I don't think it's the factor.
All right, Elder, so similar type of question. Are you worried about his heel hooks, and do you think that this rule set changes anything for you?
No, if you asked me, it was 4 months ago, no, but I bought the Danaher DVD, you know what I mean? I bought, I watched some Craig Jones videos and all that, you know what I mean? So getting my game up, I might heel hook him, you never know.
Shit.
All right, I'll go with both you guys. What's your prediction for the match, Couch?
Me via heel hook or me via submission in under 2 minutes.
El Monstro, what are you thinking?
He only has 2 minutes of gas tank. Look at his body. You know what I mean? He's not ready. He's not ready. El Monstro via strangle.
All right, El Monstro via strangle. All right.
Need to strangle your ego, bro.
Hillbilly Hammer versus El Monstro. The first match tomorrow night is going to be free on all our social media and on the site. Coming up next, we'll have Danielle Kelly and Jessica Khan. Thanks a lot, guys.
Badass.
All right.
Yeah. Just try it when you talk. Go to the close to the mic. Hey, welcome back. This is going to be our second match of the night. It's also going to be free on Facebook, YouTube, all our social media on the site. This is a strawweight match, 115 pounds, the smallest weight class we got. We got on my right Jessica Khan from AOJ. On my left, Danielle Kelly from Silver Fox BJJ. First off, Jessica, you fought on the first Who's Number One, the gi one that we did. Feels like a different lifetime in Costa Mesa. How do you feel getting back on the card?
I'm very excited to be back on the card. I think the first one was really good. We had a lot of good fights on that one, and that one was in the gi. But now since COVID and everything, we're going back to no gi. So I'm happy to be on the no gi card now.
Yeah, Danielle, how are you feeling going into this match? You excited for this match? Is this a match that you've been thinking you're going to have or anything?
I'm excited and nervous, but I'm super excited.
You nervous for the interview as well?
I think I'm more nervous about the interview than the match. Yes.
All right, so Jessa, how do you you're known a lot for IBJJF competition, but I mean jiu-jitsu, right? How do you think your game translates to this sort of sub-only no-gi type of game?
Well, for me, like I've been competing like no-gi submission only, also as well as IBJJF.
Yeah.
But like people think like, oh, just because I train at AOJ I only do like the gi and like IBJJF, but no, like I've been doing no-gi ever since I started training jiu-jitsu.
What do you know about Jessa, Danielle? Have you been following her at all?
I know she's very well rounded, so I mean, just because they train at AOJ doesn't mean they're training specific or not no-gi. So I'm gonna be ready for if she pulls or leg locks or anything. No, I kind of know her. No, not really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Rafa Mendez, ADCC champion, coming, one of the coach from AOJ.
Really good coach.
Yeah. So, Jess, what do you think the fans can expect out of this match tomorrow?
They can expect like a lot of action, definitely, and I'm gonna be hunting for the submission.
Danielle, you got a prediction for how it's gonna go down?
A submission too. Yes.
All right, they're both going for submissions. You guys heard it here first. This will be the second free match on the card. Tune in on our social media tomorrow night. Jessica Khan, Danielle Kelly, thank you very much. Up next, we'll have PJ Barch and Andrew Wiltse.
Thank you.
All right, this will be our first card on the our first match on the main card. Andrew, it's a 185-pound match. PJ's bumping up a little bit. Usually competes with weight class down. We got Andrew Wiltse from Pedigo Submission Fighting from the Daisy Fresh series, and PJ Barch from 10th Planet in San Diego. First off, I'll start with you, PJ. How are you feeling about going in this match?
I feel great, man. Better than ever.
All right, how about you, Andrew? What are you thinking about this match?
Well, I wasn't able to have any orange chicken for like 6 days to make sure I was on weight, so I'm kind of sad. But for the match, I feel great.
Does that give you motivation? Are you angry because you haven't had orange chicken in 6 days?
I'm not an angry guy.
That's a long time, though. 6 days without orange chicken's a long time?
I'm starting to get the shakes a little bit.
All right, same question to PJ. When's the last time you had orange chicken?
That's a good question.
I stopped eating panda a while ago, actually, man.
Yeah.
But there's a good one in Hilo, Hawaii. Actually, I think it's the best. I think it's the #1 panda in the country.
I swear to God, that's actually where I first had Panda Express is Hilo.
Shut up.
Yeah, because my mom
Me
was
too.
on the Big Island. Yeah.
This is getting weird, man. This is getting a little weird.
I don't even think we got to have this match anymore. These guys just became Panda Express friends
But
here.
after I had that panda and I went to other places, it wasn't the same, so I couldn't.
Well, you're just confused. It's okay.
You had
People get
it.
confused.
You had it in Hilo.
Yeah.
It was decent.
It was. It's Panda. It's amazing. What do you mean?
over there by the mall in Hilo, Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, small world.
I don't know where to go after that one. PJ, how do you think this match plays out tomorrow?
I mean, you want my analysis? Because that would be strange.
No, just like what do you
It's
think?
gonna be fun. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun, man. Andrew's the buzzsaw guy, and I know he's all about action. He's well rounded and he's good everywhere. And I'm not really good at pumping the brakes too much, so we're gonna have to do 15 minutes, or we're gonna have to submit each other somehow.
Yeah, I mean that's what we try and do here at Who's Number One. Right? Get exciting people. People are going to push the pace. I think both you're going to do that. Andrew, what do you know about PJ going into this?
I was told by all of my friends he's gonna out wrestle me essentially, and jump on my legs and do heel hooks, and that's not good for my health. I think the analysis of the match, it's going to be exciting. Like, I don't like getting stuck in like 50-50. I don't want a match that slows down. I like would be able to just kind of go, and it sounds like we're both going to go, and hopefully the fans are the ones that get the real win.
Yeah, I mean, you get stuck in 50-50 here, you can just break the guy's leg pretty easy too. But
Yeah.
So PJ's going to out wrestle you. He's going to leg lock you. That's your analysis for the match.
He's gonna have a hard guard to pass. I know that.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find somebody that passes guard, but it's been difficult to find online for
There's
sure.
a 400-pound guy that did it one time.
Okay.
It was a blue belt. That was a bad day.
Yeah. So
PJ, how do you feel about the size? Because you took this up a weight class, bumping up in weight. How do you feel about the size difference here?
Most of the guys I train with are a little bit bigger, man. And the goal was to get a little bit bigger anyways. I competed at 55 in December, but I walk like somewhere in the middle of the two, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't mind at all. Yeah. I always felt really strong even at 170, so.
All right, this is going to be there. I mean, there's all good matches on this card, but this one might be the fight of the night. I'm really excited for this one. Andrew Wiltse versus PJ Barch. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Up next, we'll have Gio Martinez and Junior Ocasio. All right, here with Junior Ocasio on my right. Am I saying that right, Ocasio?
Ocasio.
Okay. Yeah. Gio Martinez here on my left. This is going to be a match. We have it listed at featherweight, but it's really a catch weight, 142 pounds. Usually Junior competes at 135, Gio at 145. But this is going to be a great match. I'll kick it off with you, Gio, because you guys fought when? It was like 3 years ago?
Yes.
Was it 2018, I think, right?
Right. This is 2019.
2019? Okay. All right. So Junior beat you in that event. How do you think things will be different this time around?
I mean, he beat me by 2 points, and he beat me fair and square. But I felt personally that match I was attacking a lot, and I had him in some bad spots. But he ended up playing the game really good and ended up getting those 2 points on me, and I just couldn't get those points back. And honestly, I don't like to make excuses and stuff like that, but there's a reason why I don't like to compete at 135 anymore. Just I don't feel my best. Even though I can do it, I just don't feel like I have the same gas tank. I don't have the same energy. So just, doing this catch weight is a little bit more my kind of match. I don't have to cut too much or anything like that. I can go in there and feel strong the way I usually do.
Yeah, Junior, you've been on a roll. I think won 6 your last 7, a few subs, a fight to win and stuff. I feel like you've really turned a corner. Do you think you figured something out that you've taken it to the next level lately?
Yeah. I've evolved as a fighter, physically and mentally. I think I'm just a different. There's no way you can compare me to my black belt debut compared to 2 years into black belt now. It's just a different me right now. I think this is the right time for this fight. And that last fight, just to touch a little bit on that last question you went on with Gio, that fight was under a different rule set and a shorter time frame. So for sure, I played with the points. Obviously, I'm a positional player, but I feel like in that match I was also attacking as well. I never once stopped in that match. Actually, the times that I was in any danger in that match, most of the time was because I jumped forward and Gio jumped forward at the same time, and he jumped on some subs. And had I just chilled at that point when I was up on points, it probably would have been a stally fight. But it's not my style. Obviously, I pay attention to positions. I fight in different rule sets, so I have to. I come from a gym that we fight in different positions. But I'm gonna go for the submission always. And so that last fight, though, was that last fight. This fight is different, and I expect the best Gio that's been out, and he's been proving himself to be the number one guy. That he is the number one guy.
So Gio, your last one, you actually bumped up a weight class. You fought Kennedy last time. It was a tough match. What do you think you got to do differently this time? What do you think you'll change up to get the W this time?
Just like Uni say, he's the kind of guy that likes to come forward and attack submissions and likes to have exciting matches. I'm not saying Kennedy doesn't, but I just felt Kennedy was okay just kind of, deflecting my attacks and just kind of finding that position to kind of get that upper hand in the judges, eyes, I guess. But I think Uni's a different kind of fighter. He's well-rounded from, legs, and he's well-rounded in attacking upper body as well. So I expect him to be more, going for stuff and coming forward and really trying to threaten me and submit me. So, that's the kind of matches I look forward to because it brings the best out of me as well. And, I feel like there's just two different people. There's just two different people overall, two different styles, two different, mentalities. And I feel like it's going to be a completely different match just because they're completely different people.
Yeah, Junie. So, obviously everybody in 10th Planet is well versed in leg locks. You're known as a leg lock guy yourself. Who do you think has the advantages in that situation if it goes to leg locks in this match?
I like to think of myself as a hybrid guy, but I think that when we go for submissions, we're pretty locked in on those leg attacks, both of us. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna walk away the heel hook. I guarantee you we're gonna attack each other's limbs for sure, and the necks and everything we can get a hold of. But I do think that we kind of even each other out with a couple of the subs. So I think it's gonna come down to a pace, and it's gonna come down to precision.
Gio, what do you think the fans can expect?
The fan can expect both of us to come forward and just try to put on a good match for everybody. I think both of us get the satisfaction of delivering a really exciting, fun match for people, to watch and enjoy. I personally don't feel satisfied unless I have a really good match. Even if I win and it's like a boring match, I'm not going to feel good with myself. So, I want to go for it. I want to put it all out there on the mats and leave it on the mats. And I think he's going to do the same. So I think everybody should just tune in and, be excited for this match because it's going down. And, once we go in there and handshake each other, then, we're just going to go out there and represent our style and our game. And both of us are very, hungry right now. We're motivated. We feel good. We're happy with our lives. And this is, like he said, this is the right time for both of us to go out there and compete against each other and just try to, come up and move up in the ladder, whatever that is, and the jiu-jitsu ladder. I want to get more respect from people. I want people to really respect my game and my team. And I think he's the same. We always want people to respect who we are and how we roll and how we train.
Same for you, Junie. What do you think the fans tuning in tomorrow night can expect out of this match with you and Gio?
I think when you look at a fight with me and Gio, you look for, this is a fan's fight, like I think it's a fan's fight. I think if I was a fan looking out on the outside, and it'd be a fight I want to see. I think Gio is one of the best in the world, and I respect Gio to the point where he doesn't sit around, he doesn't cry about losses or wins. He comes back, he goes to work, and he comes back in, and that's why he's where he's at right now, and that's why I am at where I'm at right now. So I think. I think it's going to be a fast-paced fight. I'm gonna go in there to try to finish. We're gonna try to finish each other, but I want to make it clear. I'm here to win at all costs. But I'm gonna try to sub. There's no way we're gonna go into this fight and you're not gonna see us. You're gonna see us stall and run away. Have you seen the size of that mat? It's gonna be hard for me to want to run away backwards. I don't think there's one match I've seen Gio run away backwards, ever. And I don't think there's one fight you've ever seen me back up from a fight. I'm going to go in there, we're going to fight, and the fans can expect a high-paced match. I'm really excited to really showcase my skill, and I'm sure Gio's excited to do the same. And like he said before, styles makes fights, and so I think this is the perfect fight for the styles to clash.
Yeah, when we announced these matches online, this is one of the ones that a lot of people were picking as their favorite match. I think everybody knows you guys are both going to bring it. So tomorrow night, make sure you tune in Junior Ocasio versus Gio Martinez. Up next, we'll have Gabby Garcia and Nat Jelly to Jiu-Jitsu.
Thank you.
All right, so this will be our third match on the main card. On my right, Gabby Garcia, four-time ADCC champion, probably the greatest women's competitor of all time. Definitely a Nogi, probably just greatest women's competitor of all time, and also a five-time IBJJF black belt world champion. Nachi, Jesus, so you guys are both super accomplished as it gets. You fought 2 times. You're 1-1 against each other, but those were both in the gi. I'll kick it off with you, Gabby. How do you think things are different with you guys in no gi?
I don't think like have the difference because Nachi is like she's a world champion in no gi too. I'm not like playing this game like I'm not like dumb for coming here. And I know she's like good with no gi too. She's a world champion, but this match is I waiting for this match a lot because I accept when I lost the fight for her, I accept the rules, but if like in the other rules, in my opinion, I win the fight, but when I lost for her, she's better than me. She attacked more. It's not my day. I accept the fight. And when they like invite me again for this fight against Nachieli, I say, let's go. It's a 1-on-1, and don't change nothing, gi or no gi. Like if she want like fight with gi again, I fight a gi again. But this time, like let's see.
So Nachieli, so I mean, Gabby's only got like 5 losses or something. A very long career. You're one of them. But nobody has ever beaten her in both gi and no gi. Is that something that you've considered coming into this, that you could be the first person ever to do that?
Yes, like Gabi said, right? Gi, no gi, for her doesn't change too much, but for me it changes a lot. For whoever's saw me competing before, you always guys see me playing a lot of with grips and everything, so I had to adjust a lot of my game for this fight. But it's always exciting match, like I told in the interview before, Gabi is the current ADCC champ. Not only that, is the only woman for champ ADCC, you know. So this is a great chance and opportunity for me to see how my jiu-jitsu is going in no gi, and I'm really excited for this match, and I think I'll do great.
So, Gabby, you're a really competitive person. I know you coming off a loss, you're going to be fired up. You look pretty fired up out there during the stare down after the weigh-ins. What was going through your head out there?
It's crazy, you know, like how many years I stay like try proving people like I'm the number one, and I always like, you know, people challenge me in the internet all the time, and I always accept. I never told no for one fight, but when like they offer the fight, no, everyone is excused for fight against me. I never asked for one fight. I never asked it. No one like I never send one message for like any promoter like, hey, give me one fight. Always people challenge me.
Yeah.
And why? And when like you step here, no, and talking shit about me in the internet, like okay, now it's like I'm not being nice with the people. Like these girls need to understand. Okay, why am I here after 15 years? She asked me why I keep competing. And if I don't accept fight here today and I don't do my part for the girls because it's a good money, and I give like chance for Nachi too, and all these girls talking shit about me in the internet, they didn't understand. I opened the way for all these girls. And if you want to fight against me, show up here. Show up here. Show up. No have excuse. My knee. My shoulder. Everybody like if you like, you know, no have injury, you don't training. And I hope like all these girls training a lot because I train a lot. I hope Nachi training like more, like not more than me because it's almost impossible. Because when I accept the fight, I say, okay, let's go. Look at my hands, like everything like crazy. I'm in here for like beat her. I don't need like stay in the hands for the referee. My last fight is terrible here, because the girl put me in the close guard.
Yeah.
And this is what the girls need, like the hands for the referee. They give for me because like I'm small. But why you challenge? Makes sense. Why you challenge the big girl if like let's give like the show for the fans. And I hope like Nachi don't do the same shit.
Yeah. Before I go to Nachieli, you said people are talking shit online. I know you're not talking about Nachieli. Who's talking shit online?
Ana Carolina talking shit about me a lot.
Anna Carolina Vieira.
Yeah. You know, like last time, who is number one? She asked for a fight against me, and what I told you after the fight? Yes. Anytime. Anywhere.
I know, that's how Gabby Garcia is. Anytime, anywhere, for
and
sure.
And I'm here like against Nachi.
Yeah, absolutely. Always holding it down, yep.
Yeah.
And then so, Nachieli, what do you think we can expect? Like she said that she's hoping that you're coming to come out there and go after and not stall or anything, and that you're going to break it. What do you think the fans can expect tomorrow night?
Yes, for whoever saw me competing before, and even Gabi, we fought 2 times. I'm not the kind of person that like to stall the mat or waiting for my opponent to attack. I always like to attack first. I always look forward for the submission because for me that's what jiu-jitsu is about. That's what I learned whenever I was a kid, and that's how I hope that goes tomorrow.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to this one. I mean, we got 5-time IBJJ world champion in the gi, no-gi champion. How many times you won in the gi? 4-time, 9 times in the gi, 4-time ADCC champion. I think when we look back on this down the road, we're going to see that maybe the 2 best women of all time fought tomorrow night on who's number 1. Really looking forward to it. Gabby Garcia and Natia the Jesus. Thank you so much, guys. Up next, we're going to have Roberto Jimenez and Gordon Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, this is a match that everybody's super excited for. The co-main event here, Roberto Jimenez and Gordon Ryan. There's some interesting stuff to talk about here because this was originally supposed to be Roberto versus Nicky Ryan, and then Nicky got injured, hurt his knee, had to pull out, and then Gordon stepped in. Roberto, what did you think when we hit you up and we're like, hey, Gordon wants to step in and do the match, and what was going through your head then?
The moment, I didn't know what to think, but then I caught a couple days to think about the situation, the opportunity, and I got very excited. I was ready to fight Nicky, and planning to that be my last fight for a while. And now this is a great opportunity to fight Gordon, show how I've evolved, and I'm just excited, man. I've said this maybe like 30 times today. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think that's what people like about you. You're going out there to fight the best, right? You're not trying to take the easy wins. The best guy in the world steps up, and you just 2 weeks notice or whatever, you jump right in there, right? All right, Gordon. So how'd that chain of events go down when you ended up stepping in for Roberto or for Nicky?
Yeah, so Nicky hurt his knee training with Nicky Rod. I think 2 weeks out. 2 or 3 weeks out, and I know Roberto's game to fight anybody. Bigger, smaller, doesn't make a difference to him. So I was like, well, if you guys need a replacement, I can come in and Craig and Ronaldo can do the main event, and I'll just go in and I'll replace Nicky and I'll do the co-main event with Roberto. So, if Flo likes it and we like it and Roberto likes it, we'll just go ahead with it and it'll be the same thing. But instead of him fighting Nicky, then he'll just compete against me. And I knew Roberto was going to be game for it. He likes to fight everyone, so he fights like every day if he can. He every weekend it's Roberto. So I knew that he was going to be game to come in and compete against me. And then everything got confirmed, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to Texas.
Yeah, Roberto. So I think when we announced it, one thing that some people bring up, everyone's really excited about the match, but some people sort of try and discredit it because of the weight difference. But I don't think weight difference is something that bothers you, right? You're not too worried about weight.
Not at all. I don't feel the difference. That's what jiu-jitsu is about. Small guy beating the big guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Gordon fights bigger guys all the time. Gordon, how's it feel to be going out against a guy? We see you have to do with what people sort of call anti-jiu-jitsu so much, where people are just sort of backing out, circling this and that. But Roberto's somebody that always goes after people. Same type of mentality as you, where he doesn't feel good if he doesn't win by submission. How does it feel going into a match like that?
Yeah, that's the number one thing for me. I hate competing against guys who just don't like to do jiu-jitsu. And me and Roberto have actually talked about it before. You got to respect a guy, regardless of what you actually think about his overall skill level. You have to respect a guy who goes out and is fighting to get to a submission. And I don't mean just like moving around and trying to create action by just moving side to side and moving in and moving out and just creating movement. I mean a guy that goes in and has his whole purpose is to get to a submission, and I think Roberto embodies that pretty well. His whole thing is to go in, create pressure, create scrambles, get to the back, and finish the guy. So, I mean, you can't really respect anyone more than that. I mean, he goes in and he's looking for the finish the whole time.
Roberto, it sounds like Gordon's got some admiration for your game, the way you go out there and try and get the finish. Do you feel the same way about his jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, he's had a very admirable debut the last couple of years at winning the titles with submission, mainly most of his fights. Paved a good way for the new generation. So I'm excited to be able to do the same my own way. And, you know, that is the truth. Submission is the only way to truly win a fight. Submission in jiu-jitsu, pin in wrestling, and knockout in MMA.
Yeah, I think both those answers right there sums up why the fans are so excited for this match. Everybody's super pumped. I mean, Roberto, props to him. Most people won't even take a match with Gordon on 6 months' notice. He stepped in on 2 weeks' notice. Just like Gabby was saying, anytime, any place, right? That's what it's about. Tomorrow night, the event starts at 8 o'clock Eastern. This will be the co-main event, Gordon Ryan versus Roberto Jimenez. Thanks, guys. Up next will be Ronaldo Jr. and Craig Jones.
Thanks, guys.
All right, here we are. This is going to be the main event of the evening. Everyone's excited for this one. We got the human highlight reel, Ronaldo Jr. from Atos on my left. We got Craig Jones. You got a nickname?
No.
Craig.
No, not yet.
we got Craig Jones.
Actually, I was just talking to Andre Galval backstage, and I used to do some camps with Atos back 2014, 2015. I was just reminding him, he used to call me Gianni Grippo.
We got Craig Gianni Grippo Jones over here on my right. All right, this is going to be the main event. Everybody's excited for this one. Just like all the other matches that we've been talking about, we like to bring out the exciting people that push the pace, not just people who are just going to stall out, try and survive. These guys always are bringing it. First off, Craig, you and Ronaldo are sort of from different scenes, but what do you know about Ronaldo going into this match?
Well, I used to train in the gi a lot, basically up until black belt. Didn't have a lot of success in the gi. I think the best I ever did was maybe a world pro podium at brown belt. But I'm still a fan of the gi. I still like to watch gi competition. Obviously, I've heard of Ronaldo Jr., but I really started paying attention when he passed Lucas Valente's guard, I think 2 or 3 times. So, yeah, obviously very impressed. Obviously, we're in different focus. I would say Ronaldo's focus is the gi, but I think it's very brave that he's coming across to the no-gi submission-only rule set. So, yeah, I'm very impressed.
Ronaldo, that's something that people like to sort of focus on online, fans and stuff, that your gi credentials, but you've won no-gi worlds at the color belts and stuff. What would you say to the people who feel that you're a gi competitor and that you're at a disadvantage because this is a no-gi match?
I feel like it's basically because I compete more in the gi, and Craig has a lot of success in no-gi submission only, like ADCC and a couple events. Yeah, definitely he has more titles than me and stuff, but I feel like my game I can translate. I don't have too much difficulty to translate from the gi to no gi, so I expect a good match more.
Absolutely. I'm gonna kick this question to both of you guys. Do you feel any extra importance to this match? I know neither one of you guys really gets involved in this, but everybody on your teams is always going back and forth at each other right now, Atos and DDS. Do you feel it makes this match a little bit more important?
I think it just adds to the excitement. I really think the DDS-Atos rivalry is just being built for the Andre Galval-Gordon Ryan match.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we all sort of get brought along for the ride. But yeah, it does feel very cool because I would say that especially in no-gi, Atos and DDS are probably considered the best teams in the world. So the fact that there's a rivalry there is just really something kind of a cool thing in and of itself.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the fans love it. It makes it interesting, gives it a little story. But Ronaldo, does that make it important to you that you're carrying the Atos flag here against DDS with everything going on between the two teams online?
For me, I feel like it's not just against DDS people; it's against everybody. Just the fact that I represent Atos, I feel like it's something big for me, and I always want to represent the best that do my best and represent the best as I can.
Ronaldo, how do you think this match plays out tomorrow?
Well, I never fought against Craig. We can really say what can happen. He's very famous about his finish, heel hooks and stuff. And I don't have much fights in the no-gi. It's something that it's going to be very hard to study my game. But for sure it's going to be a great match, an exciting match. I believe it's going to be the best fight of the event.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one for sure. What do you think the fans can expect out of this one, Craig?
Yeah, I would agree with Ronaldo there. Like, a lot of people are giving me a lot of credit in this match just because we haven't seen Ronaldo in this rule set. But again, that could be a disadvantage too because we don't know what he's capable of within this rule set. But I think given the fact that his nickname is the Human Highlight Reel, I think we're going to see something pretty special play out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. We got the Human Highlight Reel versus Craig Jones. Like we were talking about with Gordon, you're used to chasing people around. Ronaldo's going to come after you. We know that. So this is going to be a great match. Main event of Who's Number One. Everything's kicking off tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. The first 2 matches free. The next 5 behind the paywall on the site. Make sure you guys tune in. Who's Number One? Craig Jones versus Ronaldo Jr. Thanks.